to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Round 2 of the Summer Bracket Challenge is well underway, and we've got plenty more matchups coming for you. But first, go ahead and hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, get that notification bell on so you know when the rest of the Bracket Challenge series drops. And we will go ahead and get started with our next one. Let me pull up the bracket, see where we left off. So first up this time will be Kaká versus Mr. Vincent Kompany. An interesting one. Depending on what you value, for sure. But I guess that captain's presence, man. Was Kaká ever a captain?
I think so.
I think he was.
I think so. And in Milan, I think he was.
He kind of overlapped Ronaldinho a little bit. Were they both at Milan at the same time? I know they played for Brazil in 06 together.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think.
Kaká was so explosive, man. He had the passing range. He had those samba skills. I like him a lot, man. But I don't know.
I'm taking Vinny all day, man.
Well, yeah, we knew you were taking Kompany. Got to go with your boy. I got a lot of respect.
What he does, what he brings to a team, man. I mean, the fact that he started as a midfielder, like you guys saw that interview he had with was it Gary Neville? I think
Gary Neville.
And you know how he started as a midfielder. He was fast. Obviously, he's big and strong. He's like 6'4", and you know, then he became a center half. He's one of the best center halves in the world. I mean, obviously, his prime was during the prime of a lot of other really good center halves. So you know, his sort of legacy is a bit overshadowed, which is fine. He's not bothered by it. I mean, from just personal interviews you can hear. But he was clearly a top-tier, world-class center half. And, I mean...
Doesn't he have a statue?
He does have a statue. But even if he didn't, I mean, he's one of the best in his position. And, I mean, if I'm choosing, because I know he could play in the whole back by himself, I'm going to just take Vinny. But Kaká, much respect to him. No, nothing against him.
Yeah, I think just comes down to an all-around, you know, yes, Kaká's going to have the passes. He's going to have the presence in the midfield. He's going to have goals. But Vinny's got goals, too.
That goal against Liverpool was insane. It wasn't. No, it wasn't against. Was it against Liverpool?
Leicester.
Yeah. That's right. Goal against Leicester
from outside the stadium.
Yeah, he scored a banger against
Liverpool from winning the league.
Yep. That one, I guess not as tough as I thought at first. But yeah, I guess we have to go Kompany as well. Definitely. Well, I was gonna say he might make a deep run, but the next matchup, who I think is gonna win, might go past Vinny in the next round. We'll see when that video comes around. But next up in the bracket, the only.
Hold on. I didn't get to go yet.
Oh, you didn't get to vote? Oh.
No.
Are you going to throw a Kaká out at me? Is that what's about to happen?
So first off, Lewis, did you know that he was a serious transfer target for City in 2009?
Yes, City was trying to buy everybody.
Yeah. Of course, thank you to Wikipedia for a quick snapshot of everything. He had an interesting career. He went to Milan twice, played for Madrid. Sao Paulo is where he started. And then he went to Orlando City and kind of fizzled out there. You know, I didn't get to enjoy him as much as a player because I really didn't pay attention to Serie A when he returned, for sure. I know that there was times of there being discussions of being the best in the world, this, that, and the other. But I think back to that goal by company, for instance, like that man was a defensive stalwart. He was City. I mean, when you thought of Manchester City, yeah, you had Sergio Aguero, yeah, you had David Silva, which David Silva should be, in his own area as well. But Vincent Company was City. That's who they were, and they played with the tenacity and the what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the strength that he played with every match. And so as a captain, that he really influenced those teams, especially in the beginning when City was kind of, you could see them becoming good, but there were still hiccups along the way to what they are now. I think that when you talk about a captain, when you talk about somebody in a Champions League setting, he probably gets close to being a captain even on a all-star type team, because he's just got that kind of influence. And I'm interested to see how he does as a manager. I know he's done well so far at Burnley. We'll see how he does in the Premier League this year. But I would go with Company, even though Kaka's stats are impressive. It's kind of the sum of all parts compared to what Company brought to City and to where they are today, especially.
Well, I got a stat.
I agree with all of that. Absolutely. So Vince Company moving on. And next up to decide his next matchup, the one, the only, it's the king, Thierry Henry, up against Mr. Frank Ribery.
Oh, this is easy.
Interesting matchup of some wingers here. At least Henry started as a winger, right?
It's Henry.
I mean, is it interesting though? I mean, Ribery was good, but I mean, is he really anything in compared to the literally probably the best foreign player to ever play in the Premier League, if not one of the best players that ever played in the Premier League?
Yeah, I mean, who you asking?
I don't think it's like I'm not sure. Thierry Henry is Thierry Henry.
Yeah. I mean, my vote's probably quite obvious on this one. But that's not to say that I don't have respect for Ribery. I think, one of the best players in that Bayern team, in some of those Bayern teams for me, and he was in that team forever. There's always out. He's always got the start. Yeah, started so many games for Bayern out on that wing. I want to say he was in some of the same France teams as Henry there at the end of Henry's career.
Yeah, he played for France from 2006 to 2014. Yeah, Henry played from 1997 to 2010.
Yep. So, I think that it's interesting to think about the trajectory of Henry's career, because before Wenger, before Arsenal, he was a winger. He played a winger at Monaco, kind of didn't really do much at Juventus. And he played for a winger for as a winger for France. But Arsene Wenger just kind of revolutionized him. And then he went and became, just a really poor player in the Premier League. Just didn't really do much in the Prem, did he? Didn't really do much at all. That's why he's got a statue outside the stadium. Yeah. I mean, I could wax lyrical about him all day long. There's actually a documentary that was made a while back that's on YouTube that I've watched like 15 times or something ridiculous. I'll put it on when I want to like after a bad Arsenal loss or something when I want to reminisce because of course they talk about the Invincibles a bunch, so it's like yeah, right. Make me smile today after Arsenal just lost to Nottingham Forest, so but yeah, of course, my vote is for Mr. Henry. What you telling us, Patrick?
So, looking at one, he played for 22 years in terms of Ribéry, and that in itself is beyond impressive. He almost went to Arsenal in 2006, but Real tried to get him, but Marseille said no, so he stayed at Marseille until he transferred to Bayern, and then the rest is history. He played for Bayern for 12 years. So the thing about Ribéry, he was an annoying player for me to watch. Personally, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just his style. Maybe it was because he looked like somebody who shouldn't do the things he did. I don't know. I don't know. So I've got respect for the type of player he was and had been. But for me, it's Henry. He's part of an Invincibles. He went to Barcelona. You compare the teams that they played for. Ribéry played for 11 teams. It looks like here. This is who Henry played for. He played for Monaco. He played for Juventus, Arsenal, Barcelona, and then he ended up being
New York Red Bulls.
He was actually one of the big signings for MLS.
Don't forget the 2012 1-month loan.
4 games, 1 goal. 4 games, 1 goal. So 25% of the time he got off the pitch, he scored.
Got a goal over Leeds in the cup.
600 appearances in his career, 290 goals. That doesn't even include his French career where he's had 123 appearances and 51 goals. So you're looking at what? 341 goals. That's insane. There's no question. It's Henry. No offense to Ribéry because he was special in his own right, but Henry's been voted maybe one of the best players in Premier League history for a reason, and I don't see any question on why that is.
Yeah, should have won the Ballon d'Or. Stolen from him. Absolutely stolen from him. But I'm not bitter about it. No, yeah, I definitely have. Thierry Henry is definitely my favorite player of all time. One of the biggest reasons I'm an Arsenal fan. So I was always going to vote for him. But objectively speaking, I still would vote for him as well. Just, magic on the ball. And one of the reasons I love the game so much as well. And we're going to call it a night here for now on the bracket challenge. But go ahead and remember to get the votes in. Bracket's going to be on Instagram stories. It's going to be on Facebook, also on Twitter. So get the votes in where
it's no longer Twitter. It's no longer Twitter. It's X. To be determined.
Whatever. X's name.
X, you should make a claim on that.
You're still an X.
He's kind of stealing.
I thought about making an account. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Because if he got mad at Zuckerberg for copying with Threads, you can make a counter.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. If you think X should go ahead and get some royalties from old Elon, go ahead and hit the likes on the channel. Subscribe to the channel as well and get that notification bell on. We'll be back real soon. Thanks for listening and have a good night.